What's up guys, my name's Alex, and in this video I just want to talk to you guys really quickly about scaling and cover a question that I see quite a bit, and that's, is my store ready to scale? How do I know when it's there? And how do I get it there if it's not already? So in the next couple of minutes I'm going to cover all of that and get you guys ready to scale for the rest of Q4. So as for me, I'm still running two stores right now. I have my main store and my side brand, and for that I plan on making a video in the coming weeks about my main brand, what product I'm selling, what strategies I'm using, and the numbers I'm pushing and everything to do with that. So I'm going to do a case study video around that. But for now, let's refresh this. We're pushing about 2,000 a day on my side store, and I'm getting ready to scale it right now for the rest of Q4. And then when January comes, I'll evaluate my choices, see where I'm at, and see if I just want to continue pushing these two stores, or if I want to shut anything down, sell anything, or start over and create some new brands. We'll see where I'm at come January, but that's just my plan for the rest of this year. So when are you actually ready to start scaling a product or your store entirely? Well, there's a little bit of a validation process that goes into this. You need to actually validate your product. You need to find a product that you're ready to scale, one that you're pushing numbers consistently with every day, and one that's just overall profitable. You don't want a product that's losing you money, or one that you just like but you haven't validated it as an actual winning product for your store. So emotions aside and everything, look at these numbers and look what you're doing up until now. And same thing with your ads. You need a winning creative, you need a winning offer, you need to know how you're going to market and structure your advertisements, and you just need a basic foundation to start before you even think about scaling. So once you have all of this, I would say, I usually do a consistent 20 to 30 orders a day and look at it. If it's profitable for me every day, I'll look at scaling even more. If it's not, I'll take a step back and see what I can do. Maybe change the offer, change something about the product, the price points, whatever discounts I'm including, sometimes my actual audiences, stuff like that. So you need a basic foundation to start with. You need a product and you need your creatives and everything that you're going to do running those ads up until this point. So that's how you know when you're ready to start scaling, is when you have something to work with already. So you'll want a consistent ROAS. I would say anywhere between 2 and 3 is a good place to start. Anything above 4 is golden and you're good to go, but anything above 2, you're not ready to start scaling, because generally speaking, the more you spend on your ads, as your budget goes up, your ROAS goes down. So the more people that your ads are in front of every day, Facebook's still learning and optimizing your ads for you, but your ROAS will generally go down. So you want to work with anywhere between, I like to have a ROAS between 3 and 4 to start with. Anything above that, like I said, is golden, but that's just a basic foundation of your ROAS point if you want to consistently stay profitable while running these ads. So there's a few things that you want to do first before actually scaling your store, and these are just more back-end things, get your store set up and ready to be scaled. And the first thing is finding a private supplier agent for your store, because when you're scaling, you cannot use AliExpress for all of your orders. First of all, it becomes too time consuming just going through an Oberlo every day and fulfilling all these orders yourself. You just can't sit there all day and do that. It doesn't make sense. Also, you guys know, AliExpress sacrifices product quality, shipping speeds, everything to do with that. So you're going to find yourself with a lot of chargebacks and a lot of refunds and customer complaints if you start scaling your store when you're not ready. So you need to find a private line supplier. You can private label these products, you can put your logo on it or something, but you just need a private supplier on this so you can have the good shipping times. You can know that your product quality is there and you're ready to scale, so that you don't get hit with these returns and chargebacks and everything later on. Same thing with that. You want to look for hiring a customer service agent, because as you scale, you're going to have more and more emails and calls and everything with that coming in every day, and you're just not going to have the time to go through and answer all of them, especially if you want to continue scaling your store. You'll find yourself stuck at one point and not wanting to scale any higher. If anything, you want to scale back, because of all the emails are very time consuming and frustrating. So hire some customer support agents, find a private supplier, and that's just the basic foundations of getting your store set up and ready to go long term before you should look at scaling. So with these private suppliers, you want to make sure you're getting faster shipping times with them. You can even place a couple of test orders yourself, but you also want to make sure they have the inventory to back it up. So a lot of times with a few of my old stores, I've seen this myself, to where I scale up a product and they're logistics just literally collapses on them. I've had suppliers that are honest with me and tell me about this, and then I go find somewhere else to source it and I'm good to go. But I've also had suppliers that just straight up lie to me. They send out fake tracking numbers, they send wrong items to people, or they just don't send anything at all and cancel the order, and I don't see it until it's too late. So you want to make sure everything is good to go with that so you can avoid all of these problems beforehand. Along with all of that, you want a basic website speed test. The last thing you'd want to do is start pushing crazy numbers and have your website crash, and sometimes you don't even know. You just wonder why you're not making any of these sales and why your ads aren't performing well. So make sure your website speed test is there. You can do a couple of image optimizers and stuff like that to make sure your speed is top of the line. There's also a couple optional things that you guys can do before scaling your products, and this just helps with your overall branding and building long-term customers and everything to do with that. So these things are getting your logo on some of these orders. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just order a bulk order to my house, and after ordering a certain amount of these products, you have the option to actually get your logo put on them. So I'll contact these suppliers, I'll place a bulk order of, let's say, like 1,000 pieces, whatever it is that I'm selling. Everything's different, and I'll get my logo put on it. But another thing that you guys can do is actually start reaching out to some of these private suppliers, or going on Alibaba and reaching out to some of these businesses on there, and actually finding custom packaging for your products. So you can work with a lot of these factories and design custom packaging for your own products, and just place a bulk order, and then order your products, order all the packaging, and just ship them out from your home. Customers literally love that. Another thing you can look at doing is just making sure you're selling evergreen products if you're going to just continue scaling this long term. You don't want to have, like a trendy product or a product that sells, seasonal or during a certain time, and just continue scaling it and have it collapse on you after that time is over. So I like to make sure before I'm scaling, I like to make sure I'm scaling evergreen products, unless I'm scaling, Christmas products up to Christmas time, and then I just stop it, when Christmas time's over and all that. But a lot of times what I like to do is just make sure I'm selling something that will sell all year long. So if you guys have any questions about evergreen products, I actually have an entire video talking about that, and you guys can check that out. But for now, that's just the basic foundation of what you guys want to have together before you're ready to scale your store. This is how you validate that your store is ready to scale. I'm not going to go into scaling techniques and all of that. That's a video in the future, but I will cover that very shortly. If you guys got anything out of this video, go ahead and drop a like to help me out, and subscribe as there's plenty more to follow. I have 2 ecom resources linked in the description below. You're welcome to check out either one of those. I have an Instagram page with tons of useful resources and content on there, as well as a Facebook group that you guys are free to join. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.